Good afternoon, trainers. We're back again for AUL Articuno Unite League Season 14, week number 2. Last week's been a very eventful week. We've had so many matches, and I've been glad to be a part of all of it, showing off for you guys. But we're going to keep the ball rolling. Tonight, we're going to have 5 RB, 5 Rillabooms versus Royal Ascent. Draft is already in progress. Yeah, and I pull this up right here. Yep, yes, indeed, and dandy. All right, first round of draft. Pre-bans right now are Zacian due to a bug it has, as well as Reshiram because it's broken and it just came out. That is to be expected. All right, I see some pink picks going all around both teams. We gotta have Blissey as the first pick for 5RB. To counteract this, we're going to also have Espeon and Mamoswine. Right now, both teams are making picks where they can pivot in any which way direction. Right now, we're going to have we're going to have Miraidon and Crustle. Teams are starting to mobilize into their themes. Over on the right side, over for our orange team, we're going to have Royal Ascent's Flower on the Eldegoss. That is such an appropriate name, as well as Absalom Pyre King. Last 2 picks over for 5RB. We're gonna have Typhlosion, and looks like they're gonna follow eyes on Garchomp. All right, we got a Garchomp Blissey combination right here. That's gonna be very dangerous. Last pick for Royal Ascent RA. Gotta be a good one. Getting these strong bonds picked right away. And it looks like it might be, no, not Mega Lucario. It's going to be Serena, an excellent choice. As Ultimate can isolate a Mon. That is a very powerful tool in combination with a team that has a Blissey. Interesting choices right here. And a balanced combination between both teams, more or less. Except 5RB is missing a speedster, but this team is more of a... It has elements of Rip. It has elements of Dive. It has Poke. Meanwhile, on the other side, we're going to have also some Poke as well. They have the Psyshock Espeon. That is no joke. Psyshock Espeon is such a powerful pick. It is a very strong lane partner initially. I don't think it's going at level 4, and it has decent secure as an Eevee with Swift. And its lane partner, most likely on the bottom lane, is going to be Mamoswine. That's to not be underestimated. But on the flip side, we got Miraidon and Crustle at the bottom. Yeah, it's looking to be pretty evenly matched so far. And over at the top where, you both have your supports and the all-arounders. They don't get online until a little bit later. You invest resources into these guys. All right. Let's see who can steal some momentum first. It is going to be an epic contest. Don't forget, folks, this is All-Star Draft, so once these 10 bonds are finished with what the business is, they're going to be gone for the rest of the rounds. Over in the top lane, we're going to have Chansey and Gibble. Chop on our way to the top. Cindy Quill is going to be the jungler over for 5RB. At the bottom, they're going to have Miraidon and Crustle making their way over to fight against Espeon all by its lonesome, because we got to get a Swinub invade. It is working fast. This is a good invade. Cynical's not that powerful of a jungle just yet. And Swinub has a favorable matchup right now. Let's see. All right, trying to cut off his option. Good idea, but a bit too trigger happy. He's doing a good job, and almost he got the shields from the second go pad. Swinub is out of here. Back at the top, we're gonna have Absol, the resident jungle for RA. Working its way up to the top with the Serena and the Eldegoss. They've both leveled up wonderfully, both at level 4. Swinub's also at the top. This is going to be a 4-on-4. It's a bit scrappy, but those are some ejects. Double KO. All right, they're pushing this. Oh, this is dangerous work. There's still a chance for this Koala to get a massive, oh, there is the Ice Fang, shutting it all down. No comebacks for you. And give me this fall. Oh, you want some too? Here's another Ice Fang. KO. And another Ice Fang. Mamo at level 5 already. And a backstrap from Absol. He wants it all. Time to get some of this farm. We're going to have Royalty taking over the game this early, this fast. Chansey heading into the jungle immediately. That is the natural progression of things. They lost top lane very hard. They're going to have to defend their resources. There's the safeguard. Mammal caught all alone on an island. It has performed admirably, but it's time to exit. All right. Regidrago has spawned in at the 8-minute mark. It is 7:45. No one's quite going for it just yet. They need to recuperate some resources. X-Men flashing on out of there. He doesn't want to fight against that Maridon and friends right now. Crustle running in. Uh-oh. Ice Fan, it whiffed. But there is the clap back. That Crustle's not quite across yet. It reaches a level 4 power spike. And we're leaving Absol all alone with a Gabite. That is a mismatch right now. Time for some more Altaria on Swablu. Maridon getting massive damage with the charge beam. The jungler in Toothless is not level 7 just yet. That has another key power spike. He's gonna have to fall back along with the Crustle. Things are winding down a bit as they return to neutral. We're gonna looking for an Ice Fang, not just yet. He's gonna Earthquake through the wall. Right on, just whipping that last piece of the charge beam. Mammo's gonna have to back up, grab some berries, and reconvene. There is a big wall from Crustle, moving into the opposition, but it doesn't have exit just yet. Mammo's trying to move in. There is a secure from Crustle, a missed time from Espeon, and they're gonna pay for it. Here comes, Typhlosion coming in. Serena already level 9, singling out the Maridon. Yep, there's a stomp on top of its head. That is a KO. Well, IRB can't continue with this push, but you know who can? This Absol all the way at the top lane, bullying this poor Gabite, and that is a KO up top. Oh my, what are my manners? That was a KO'd Regirock. Let me add this in. Knockout. Things have returned to neutral just a little bit. Around trying to get some more poke damage. Waiting for its level 9. Meanwhile, Regidrago is still available. And there's another knockout from Absol on Registeel. Well, and there is Regidrago. Orange team is on top of things, getting all these objectives. Well, it caught out Garchomp. I think ulting there was a good idea. I bet you Garchomp was mashing that old button to try to get some value out of that. Better safe than sorry. There is some ults from Maridon, but another ult from Serena, taking down the Blissey. Crustle has ulted, getting some extra damage, but it's not enough. Ascent taking out a key bottom pad here. There comes all the scores, and that is a 22 overcap. Time to get a Regieleki. I made a mistake before that. It's not Regirock. This is Regieleki. A very important objective, and it has been secured. All right. Ooh, nasty rock tomb, but no one's around to capitalize. Everyone is chasing this poor Blissey. And now Typhlosion's gonna pay for it. He's gonna ult in massive damage. You want to fight? Here comes to bring it on. All right, massive eruption, triple KO, quad KO. Well, we'll take just a triple. The clapback has received. Mammo's gonna get some extra credit over here. and walk through the flux, and that's going to be all she wrote. Typhlosion with some major comeback experience. That triple KO brought him to level 13, and he's the first one there. Very, very worth it. At the top, we're going to have Serena hitting Registeel by itself, by its lonesome. Absol's going to try to ult Serena with Secure. And another targeted ult on Garchomp, taking massive damage. Serena always sliding into where Garchomp wants to end up at. That is more damage on Crustle, but more damage on Mamo and friends. Same with Serena. They're giving so much extra credit to Typhlosion. Ari's gonna have to really play their lives here. Well, Fire B has chased out all intruders completely. Looks like Serena has respawned in by its battle cry. No one's to quite fight for Regieleki just yet. Both teams are going to farm and get some positioning here. All right, I'm super excited. We're in the late game now. In about 20 seconds, we're going to have the final fight for this round number 1. Absol playing an off angle. Garchomp getting some premium vision. If this Absol steps out of bounds even once, he will alert the entire team. Everyone knows where Absol is. Uh-oh, uh-oh. KO. That's not going to be enough. Yep. Shame on you. You thought you think they would forget you? Well, the ball's entirely in 5RB's court. No Mamo ult. There it is. This is better late than ever. That's a KO on Mamo. Typhlosion's ult in. Serena's ult in to try to salvage this. But it's not enough. That's 4. That's technically a wipe. Absol's already been KO'd and doesn't have an ult. This is no man's land for Absol. Yep. And another KO. The world is the oyster of 5RB. Mamo's running in, but he's realizing, he's like, hey, I can't stop that. I'm going to have to let it go. One more score, and I do mean one more score from 5RB, and they're going to be winning this set. Sorry, this game. It just need one more. Massive damage on the Mamo. Absol's ulted in. He got some ult charge for being KO'd. There it goes, and this is going to be a cleanup triple KO for Miraidon. Yeah, SB, you're just going to have to let that go, mate. And there's nothing you can do. Time is not on your side. Time is so not on their side that 5RB can drop their controllers right now and it wouldn't make a difference. Not bad. Not bad from 5RB. Garchomp was in a clutch position, getting some pivotal information. And once, like I said, once that Absol stepped out of that bush, stepped out of line, wham! Consequences. That flipped the team fight on its head. Well, final score here, 576 to 244. Game 1 goes to 5 Rillabooms. Looking at this data here, these details, MVP is absolutely toothless. 11 KOs, 11 assists. It really started to turn around when he got that triple KO in his jungle, taking out key members, taking out the Absol, taking out the Mamo, taking out the Serena, getting a massive level jump before anyone else. And it was just started to really snowball from there. You know, they were behind on points. Didn't really matter. They had complete momentum on their backs. Checking out the battle data as well. Yep. 96 and 98,000 damage for Toothless and Kiro, respectively. Massive damage between both players, holding it down. These attackers are holding it down. Speaking of holding it down, sit tight, dudes and dudettes. We'll be right back and we set up the next game. All right, we're back, boys and girls. Back to round 2 for this exciting set. Here comes the new set of bands. Those previous 10 mons are history. Onwards to the future. These new bands reflect that. I see Yveltal. I see Hoopa. I see Espy. Sorry, not Espy, Umbry. And I see Fraligator. Well, Snorlax and Psyduck. Powerful mons indeed. We're going to get them out of here. We don't want to quite deal with them just yet. We're going to want a strong first pick. Who's not going to get? Alcremie. Good choice. A strong healing support. How will Royal Ascent respond? Typically, your first 2 picks, you usually have your support and your defender. That way, you can pivot to any which team you need based on how the draft is developing. And there it is. There's a support and defender. Those 2 mons can fit on any kind of team composition. They can counteract any team of composition they go against as well. There's the defender for 5RB. We're going to get Trevenant, and we're also going to get Zapdos. That bottom lane is setting up to be a doozy. All right. We're at the point where, well, you have to start revealing your hand here. 5RB's got Alcremie, Zapdos, and Trevenant. A tight-knit trifecta in the close to mid-range. They got some heals. They got some stage control. And good damage. Well, we're going to throw Gardevoir at you. We got to try to break up your formation there a little bit. You guys are a little too close. And we already know you're going to have someone hanging back a little bit. We're going to send a Azumarill your way. Last 2 picks is going to be Talonflame and Quaquaval. All right. Speedster and an all-rounder. Balanced composition from 5RB. Last pick, Pyroking, is going to be Ceruledge. All right. They're going to have to be very careful in that close range formation. Yes, Alcremie indeed is also going to have to be very careful where it places its healing. That is targeting for not only Blastoise, but more so Gardevoir with its Moonblast, with its ultimate. Same with Ceruledge with its ultimate. Placement has to be key. You don't want to group up. You're going to be punished very hard for it. And of course, we have some divers over here, some engagers from 5RB. You have to be very careful around the gravity from this moonlighting Clefairy. Clefable. Things to be careful of. Some matchup interactions to be careful of. Man, look at all these gold badges rocking on Royal Ascent. Showing off that they are royalty indeed. They ascended to the highest prestige of Pokemon usage. All right, let's get it on. Our all-arounders and our supports heading to the top on both sides. Quaquaval and Alcremie with Marill and Clefairy. Our jungler is going to be Charcadet and the Talonflame. And on the bottom side, Zapdos and Phantom against Squirtle and Routes. Yes, lots of damage on the Routes. It can't stay there. Squirtle's alone all by itself. Massive damage from Discharge. And it's boosted. And Thundershock. That's a KO. That's hard to stand right there. Very dangerous work. Back at the top, Quaquaval's also getting some much-needed experience. Meryl's not quite at level 4 yet. Looks like it hasn't had a chance to score just yet. Uh-oh, that's a double pick up from Talonflame. They can't advance any further. It's going to be very dangerous. That's going to be an extra health wasted. Zapdos is coming up to the top. Orange team RA. Royal Ascent's going to be a little bit late, but just a bit. So let's try to salvage what it can. I gotta be on the back foot. Pushing up aggressively from 5B would be a mistake. I'm going to make a retreat into the enemy jungle here. Uh-oh. This is about to be a fight. Yep. Thunderbolt, discharge, massive damage. Zapdos is hungry for it, but he couldn't quite get that. He's gonna have to settle for less. All right, Sarilege is out of there. That jungle is no longer his. It's time to back up. He has to move on to bigger and better things. This Phantom's all alone trying to reach level 5. That is a priority right now. And it got cheated out of its secure. Uh-oh, you can't fight that. Zapdos! Can't fight that alone either. It needed to maintain its spacing. And now the Sarilege is level 7. Acid damage. This Croya is placing its moves well. It's going to be able to back up. Looking at the center here, Drago's all but secured from this Sarilege, from Pirate King. That is a secure. Oh, we're at the top. Let's check out this festival. A lot of damage for Azumarill. Not quite the cleanup. Yep, there goes Quaquaval. This Aqua Tail Azumarill is going to live to fight another day. That's a big 30. Azumarill getting away. Talonflame being a little bit greedy here. Gonna get the pickup here. There's no way he's living this. Yep, that is a KO. Make that a double. Don't tell me we're about to make this a twerple. Don't ego Odin, please. All right. Pirate King salvaging what happened at top lane at the 750 gank a little bit earlier. Sorry, 850. Massive damage on the Trevenant, but it's all alone. Engaging here would be a trap. Not enough damage. Talonflame's gonna go for the back. There's the gravity, but it's not gonna matter. I'll double KO for Sarilege. It's gonna ult in to try to fight for its life. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He fought them all and he won. That is a quad. Do we break this top? 9 overcap? I don't see why not. And scored. At the bottom, Zapdos is going to make a re-engagement towards the bottom. We have Hero and Co. Got to make a massive surf in. Fable's gonna break that bottom pad. Good choice. There's another surf, and that is a big ult. Down goes Zapdos and Trevenant. Blastoise's gonna ult in with Hydro Typhoon. Here comes another nasty surf. Regieleki's now down here. Oh my, what are my manners? I almost forgot. Knockout for Orange Team. Sailor's getting a massive ult in, but it's gonna get stuffed out by Trevenant. Here comes out Creamy's ult to try to stop the bleeding here. I believe this push is dead. And they think so too. RA is out of here. Score is 0-201. Oh, Blastoise is like, nah. I don't have any backup here. I'm gonna have to back up myself. Zapdos is like, all right, I need to guarantee the score here. Someone get a good score here. Somebody, 26 will take it. There is the Gardevoir ultimate. They're gonna have to really fight for this bottom pad for prime positioning for objectives. Looks like that positioning will be maintained. That is a wipe. A triple KO for Gardevoir. Well, at least Farabe is on the board point-wise. Sailor trying to steal some points, getting a massive Hydro Typhoon. No follow-ups from Sailor. She's electing to back up. He wants some vision first. He has his eyes on the prize on the Regirock. He knows what he wants, and he's going to get what he wants. He wants what he gets, and he gets what he wants. That is going to be a knockout. Oh, onwards to the jungle. Being healed up from the moonlight. Articuno, sorry. Well, Zero making his move towards the back line. Zapdos has to back up. Zapdos is electing to ult, trying to get as much damage as he can with his team. Taking out Ceruledge. That is a big KO. A massive pickup. Zapdos is now level 12. But he paid for his hubris. There's the gravity. Not gonna stop a Zermer's score, though. Looks like Ari's gonna run away with the points. And the levels. And the farm. Onwards to another Regieleki. 5RB doesn't have the capacity to contest this. They have farming to do right now. They have to get ready for final game. For final phase. Oh, that is another objective for our orange team for Royal Ascent. We have Trevenant lying in right in its L-bush. Slightly cut up due to the forest fire. That is the ground-out objective. You can tell a little bit of burnt marks there in the dead center. Blastoise is under investigation over on top. I believe he saw two bodies alerting the Ceruledge. Someone was tapping that objective a bit. We have most of the control over on the bottom side of this Groudon pit. Going over to Royal Ascent. Quaquawo's gonna go for a bat cap of 88 points. That is a big zap cannon, but it's going to be healed off. Blastoise is moving on up to the front. Pushing all of 5RB out from the bottom side. They're hovering around their choke. Fire King's like, all right, I'm going to hit this objective. You're going to have to make a move. Talonflame in the back. Blastoise, oh, that's an ult and a whiff. Uh-oh. Can this be the turnaround 5RB needs? It just might. It is scrappy. Both teams are losing members fast. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Pyrekin, you're in danger. Zapdos back up. Hurry. Trevenant, no, he couldn't save him. Yep, all that leaves is Nog. He's got a decision to make. He can't stop that back cap. They're ripping just to force out an option. 20 seconds left. They can't fight for this objective. It's out of the cards. Ceruledge understands the assignment. He's going to be back capping again. To extend that lead, that oh so juicy lead. That should be it for game number 2. Royal Ascent takes this one. Excellent adaptation. Well, sometimes you have games where just Groudon's just non-factor. You just force options with him. Good show from Royal Ascent on the comeback. And his score is now tied 1-up. We got ourselves a set here. I am very excited. If this keeps up, we're going to have a juicy all-star draft. Speaking of which, that was round 2. Another 10 Mons bite the dust. Let's check out this data. Yes. All right. MVP this time around will be Pirate King. 11 KOs, 7 assists, 89 overall rating. Holding it down, he has reached level 15. All by his lonesome. He has performed outside of parameters at 115,000 damage dealt. Very good. Very, very good. Let's see how 5RB responds this time around. We'll see. How are you guys enjoying the set so far? I think it's been pretty competitive. I've enjoyed it very much thus far. I'm looking to see what do they go from here. I mean, it's All Star draft, so you kind of just have to roll the punches as you see them, especially in a draft. And I wonder what is next for everybody. While they're going down through the healing supports, they have been going down through the more traditional defenders. It's going to start to run dry pretty soon. I believe at this phase we're going to start seeing. I don't think Snorlax was picked just yet. Saw Mammo, we saw Blastoise. Let me check. I am curious. Let's see here. On the defender side of the planet, only 4 have been picked. Got Blastoise picked. Mammo, Crustle, Trevenant. There's plenty of good ones left. Vaporeon, Snorlax, Articuno, Umbreon. There's some contenders. As for the supports, still plenty of ones left. Plenty of good ones. Can still pivot any which way. This is still pretty early in All Star. All Star gets juicy in like round 4 or 5 and up. Sweet and juicy. Well, waiting for both teams to decide amongst themselves the map and the pick. I am excited to see what they choose. All right. Well, it's been pretty much the same. We're gonna have 5 Booms. They always want first pick, and RA always wants Groudon. I like these guys. Consistency. I like them a lot. I like them very much. Having played against both these teams myself, I know they both came to play. That's why it's so competitive right now. 1-1. Oh, almost ready to get started here. I'll be doing some matches here and there for not only Articuno Unite League, but Lotus League. It is starting up this week. In season 3, it's back in effect. I am also a caster for that grassroots there as well. Also, stay tuned for Underdunk as well on Thursday. We got our boys such as Steel Agent Kyle holding it down, staying with the ship through thick and thin, through hell and high water. Depending on the scheduling, I might be there for the later shift. Who knows? We're gonna have to see. But I will be doing some type of casting in one of the 3 leagues. So we're gonna spend some more time together. Look forward to that. Looks like both teams are ready. I see a bunch of R's in the Discord. I'm going to be starting it up. All right, let's ride. Okay. All right, all right. Here we are. Round 3. Fight. Let's see. These bands, same as before. Same as before. Do you realize that this band's or ruse? If it goes the distance, these bands are going to be very, very different. They're going to start pigeonholing some important roles, such as defenders and supports. They've been doing that for the support ends for a while. They don't want to say Hoopa or Psyduck. There is a ban on Articuno. Looks like there's going to be one more ban, and who's it going to be? It's going to be Latios. That is an interesting choice. RA might deal with a frontline heavy composition, and Latios is a good counter for it. Maybe not initially, but it adds up. It gets its stacks very quickly against frontline heavy compositions that want to group up and stay together, holding hands together. First pick of Forever B Luna. Once again, they're going to be taking another powerful pick in Umbreon. Most likely Amy Look Umbreon. And well, we're going to get some powerful picks as well over on Royal Ascent. We're going to have Suicune and Snorlax. 2 powerful defenders up and about. Yes, the defender pool is going to be very thin after this round. Very, very thin. Razor thin. In terms of traditionally strong defenders. And speaking of, there's going to be one more in circulation, and it's going to be Vaporeon. All right, we got 2 Eevees, as well as a Mega Lucario and Slugger. All right, you always say, hey, there's no way you're playing Palkia, right? That mon is still cheeks. Booty better butt cheeks. There is no way you're going to flex on these kids. All right, there it is. Greninja. All right. Aster Unbuswell. These compositions are revealing their themes. We're going to have a defender and supporters combination from 5RB. These guys are coming in to engage really hard, being backed up by Kyo, their attacker, and Alolan Raichu, recently buffed up. And Charizard Y needs no introductions. It is a board breaker, baby. A board breaker, and a powerful one at that. If it could successfully play around the Solar Beam and the Buswell, it should do fine. But that being said, Buswell and Venusaur can deal with a Mega Charizard very quickly. It has to stay light on its feet, or its wings. In this case, it's constantly flying. All right. A lot of control over different ranges our Royal Ascent has. We have frontline control with Snorlax and Suicune. We're going to also have some backline control, long range with the Solar Beam Venusaur. And we got some good gap closures with Greninja and Snorlax. A pretty well-rounded team. I really like RA's composition. I think it is well crafted. Not to say that Fire B's not composition's good too. It is pretty good. But 5RB kind of just does mainly one thing. But hey, they're good at it. So to each their own. To each their own. All right. We're most likely going to see these Eevees split up. I'd imagine Vaporeon's heading to the top and Umbreon's heading to the bottom. But it could be either way. All right. Umbreon up top with the Lucario. At the bottom, Vaporeon and Raichu. Jungler is going to be Charizard. It has to watch out for the invade. Speaking of Chef Boyardee coming in for a meal. Give me that. Turtle attack. They should have seen this coming. You should have had the Eevees rotating through the choke points for vision. Down goes Lucario already to Buzzwole. What is this? Chef Boyardee is not done with his meal. He's cooking up something fierce. There's that tackle attack and a boosted auto for the secure. Nope, it's gonna go to Charmeleon. All right, I'll be back for lunch. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Like that Umbreon up there. All right, a massive invasion force. Snorlax getting KO'd there a bit unnecessarily, but it is what it is. This bus was almost at 5. Oh no. Oh no, it's gonna take it to 5. It's gonna be a complete travesty for that Charmeleon. He's already eyeing them. Oh no, the ice breaks for the evolution. He lucked out. It was about to be a disaster. Count your blessings. Count your blessings. 5 RB. Well. At the bottom, we have a Bulbasaur and a level 6 Raichu. Oh my goodness. That is a mismatch. Raichu left all by himself at the bottom with the Bulbasaur to feast. Steady your hearts and let the feast begin. Speaking of feast, Chef Snorlax coming in doing a Godzilla big. It is now 8. Regidrago is available. Buzzle's at the top, using people's bodies as a weapon. Mega punching that Umbreon. That is a double kill for Pirate King's Greninja. The Mousing stacks, an evolution for Charizard. Just biding its time. Alright, that is a secure. Alright, I'd like to see an orange team. Royal Ascendants came to play. First objective of game number 3. Speaking of, let's get a graphic for you guys so you guys are aware of what the score is. Things are calming down just a little bit. Lucario has been dormant thus far. Time to start hitting this Regice. Oh yeah, that is gonna absolutely go to the orange team. There it is. That's a knockout. Someone got stared at a little too hard, but they do not care. They're gonna seal away this Lucario. He didn't get to play at all. That wasn't fair. That ain't fair. Charizard's gonna make it fair. Watch this. No. He's gonna hold. He realizes like, hey, if I ult in there, I'm just gonna get flamed. So I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna hold on to this ult. All right, that's an interesting eject from the Buzzman. Probably a misclick. It happens. Human error. It's a thing. Uh-oh, the chef is in danger. He's pushing somebody away. Man said, I sacrifice. That's a solar beam right there. There goes Vaporeon. There goes Suicune. There goes Raichu. There goes... Oh my god. The Charizard's ulting in. That's a double KO. Chase that dinosaur. Chase that frog. Chase that freaky frog. No solar beam. Double KO. This is a drought. Everyone stay away. Everyone back up. You will not be progressing here. Well, time to get a berry. Time to eat it twice. Snorlax needs a little bit of a lunch break. Now he's back. In effect, there's the Muddy Water. That's a big solar beam. It's going to be healed off. There is a wish. Umbreon making a wish for Vaporeon's benefit. I wish. Alright, we're back here for a fight. Greninja ulting in. So many boosted autos on Buzzwole. It is alive and kicking. It's not done yet. A massive ult from Venusaur. Lucario's all by itself at the top. Pirate Beast holding it down, but it can only hold down for so long. Suicune's being left all by its lonesome. There's another mean look. There is a Raichu ultimate defending its head, defending its home. Another massive solar beam from Zaid. That's a big heavy slam. There is the full heal being popped up. Raichu being KO'd from the Greninja. What a sequence of events. It's actually gonna come down now, finally. And breathe. Lucario's like, what did I miss? I even forgot what objective it got. Someone will let me know in the comments. Speaking of, let's take a break here. What's happening up here? Oh, we're gonna have Pyrokin going with the Surf, stealing some farm. Back at the bottom. Oh man, hoo-ah! Someone went down. It was Buzzwole. Next is, oh no, double KO, Suicune, Snorlax, Greninja is here. That's not a defense. He took out Umbreon though. But another kill for Charizard. That is, Charizard getting out of there. Bobbing and weaving. Not being taken down just yet. Snorlax, whoa, not Snorlax. But, oh, he's gonna get some lifesteal over on the objective. Just a little bit. He's gonna back up here. That does this objective. Orange team is all over it. Looking to get another Regieleki. Venusaur easily secures it with the boosted. Lucario going in with a power-up punch. Power up, power up. All right, Regieleki's gonna be dealt with very swiftly. Both teams fighting for bottom pad very hard. Bottom pad will lend both teams good amount of control for the bottom side of the objective coming up in ground on. There's a lot of good geometry. There's a lot of good real estate over on the bottom side of that pit, making fighting for bottom pads very lucrative. There is a muddy water. 20 seconds left. Score is 130 to 149. It has been a close set. A close game 3. All right. Calm before the storm. Bush checking from Suicune. Uh-oh, a massive solar beam to the choke. Sorry, the L-Bush. That's a mean look and a lot of juicy damage on the Snorlax. Umbreon making another wish. Oh, that's a big solar beam on the L-Bush. Venusaur leveraging that solar beam at range advantage. Now you see why I like this composition so much. There's just so much control. No healing. Well, there are healing supports. There. Oh, no. Oh, there is the full heal. It lives to fight another day. Well, as we're going to find out in about 50 seconds, both teams are going to understand who's in the lead. It should say very close, so it won't be that revealing. It's only about a 19-point deficit. In about 5 more seconds, both teams are going to get the final piece of information that they need. It's a close battle. There's no way to tell. Well, at this rate, someone's going to give themselves an advantage. Greninja said, hey, I'm going to score back here. That means it's time to engage. Greninja's away. All right, we're going to take out the Suicune. Uh-oh, we're going to take out the Raichu. That's an ult from Charizard. That's another ultimate on Greninja. He took down the Charizard. That's big. And Snorlax secures Groudon. Whoa, Royal Ascent. Knockout. Winning in the final moments. Well, I like team fights like this. Very highly contested to the bitter end. Not bad. Very nice. Now let's see if I were Beast card. Final score, 130 to 507. And if that score is neck and neck until like the last couple of seconds. Check out the details. MVP this time, it's going to absolutely be Pirate King, who took initiative, started the back cap. It is risky business to go for a back cap. You're leaving your team to do a 5-on-4 against a team that has a Mega Charizard on it and a Mega Lucario. But they had some good range advantage to poke them out before they could even entertain the idea of rushing in. These guys are able to play defensively very well, so I believe that was a good decision to go for a back cap. You couldn't know that you were actually slightly in the lead and you could actually technically chill. They didn't leave it a chance. They went to take the initiative. I respect that. Battle data, all right. A bit low. It's about what you would expect. It is lower for everyone overall, except for like the attackers. 85,000, 97,000 dealt respectively between Kiro's Raichu and Zaid Khalid's Venusaur. Venusaur getting a ton of value in this game. Massive solar beams constantly. Massive damage to everybody. Anyone in his range. Fire, don't let him through. All right, we're going to take another short intermission as we get set up the next game. Game number 4. We have RA, Roll Ascent, leading the pack 2-1. Also, as an FYI to any of you viewers at home, if you guys have a team and you're interested in joining this league, come through, slide through, ask for it. I'll give you the invite link. You can join the server, and we host some of side events as well. You come over for our customs that we have. We're hosting one tonight around starting at 10 by our own Chrissy to have some fun things for the anyone just want to be involved. And if you want to get a team and try to be a part of the next season of our grassroots tournaments here, yeah, slide on through. Yep, it is pretty cool, Dash. I agree, and thanks for staying. Thanks for being a part of this little gathering of ours. Right on to actually admitting. So yes, I do it all. I am the admin for this battle tonight. I am also casting it. I am observing it, and I am commentating it. I am doing it all. And I want it all. I want it all. Well, they want Groudon again. Shocker. But this time, we 5RB wants second pick. Oh, I get it. This is starting to get later into the draft. We're on game number 4 right now. This is some serious business. This is serious business, guys. Game 4. Well, Royal Set is on match point. They just need one more. Just one more. And they'll be the champions of today, but only today. Got these updated. Waiting for these guys to start up. Waiting for their go ahead. I want them to know I'm ready. Stay ready. Don't get ready. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? All right, you guys know. You guys know. You guys are about it. You guys are always ready. You guys are here coming out every night, showing up, showing support. Much appreciated. Makes me want to run ads on you Twitch guys. That's right. Your eternal reward. Take this. Meanwhile, you TikTok guys, you guys, we just get to hang out unimpeded. Oh wait, hold on. We have Elo Poppy _ supply with a prime. What's good? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Holding it down. This guy's having a fun time because he's having a fun time. I'm having a fun time, and you guys are having a fun time. See, it's a positive feedback loop. This is good. We could be the trainers that we were meant to be. This is good news. it could be the Viltrumites we were meant to be. I mean, trainers. Follows from everyone, including Elo Poppy, subscribes to Primes. This is a joyous day. Happy day. Now, you know what would be even better if this set goes the distance. They'll find their way. They could go the distance. They'll be there someday if they can be strong. Type in the comments if you know what song that is. You'll get 2 claps for me, I promise. I promise. Absolutely have my word. Yeah, I do agree that it might be the right now the in-game commentator volume of like it's down, but the sound effects it could be too loud. I can see that. Might tone that down when I get the chance. We have A1 with another question. What heroes are currently in the meta? Well, heroes are Pokemon. I understand what you mean. Don't worry about it. I understand what you mean. Right now, I would say due to the release orders of a bunch of legendary mons, it is attacker and all arounders central right now, which is usually the case. So meta right now in the ladder, I would say Reshiram are devastating attacker. You know, he's not legal right now in this league. He just came out. We give these guys some time. He's probably going to be legal after Worlds coming up. So yeah, I know Leo Pop, we didn't get that set up just yet. No notification. That is on me, but next time, for sure, gonna get that set up. Still appreciate you stopping by, showing love. Much appreciated. Score right now is 1-2, Royal Ascent's favor. Game number 4. I'll tone that down so you guys see the full draft mode right now. Speaking of draft, right now, we're going to have Mr. Mime as the first pick. All right, so this is game 4. We're deep in All-Star draft. Those previous 30 mines just gone. So there's been constantly defenders and supports being picked. They're just gone now. So we're going to go deep into everyone's duffel. This is the game mode where you need to have a deep and complex and rich mon pool, no matter what role you are. It could be supports, defender, attacker, all around the speeds. It does not matter. And if you don't, this mode is not for you. You need to adapt. You need to adjust before everyone points and laughs before you getting gassed out. See, right now we're going to have Machamp. Machamp's now a factor. You have to watch out for submissions. We're going to have healing from Meganium. Walls from Mime acting as the defender for the team. Moltres coming in. Moltres hasn't been too effective these days. It got toned down. It was a very powerful diving all-arounder. Used to be super meta. Now, not so much these days, but still getting good value. Having Kiro on the Sniper of Decidueye. Fiber beaten, maintaining a range advantage this time around. We're having Nog on Delmice acting as the pseudo defender for the team. Leafeon's going to be the speedster for the team, so they have good dive. Over on the right side, over on Royal Ascent, dudes on game point. Now we have Hoopa. It hasn't been banned, and they took it. They were very cognizant. It's like, hey, Hoopa's one of those healing supports that is crazy powerful. But now they have it. Now they have it. Thought I got banned, but Hoopa slipped through the cracks. And of course, we're gonna also have Darkrai, and we're also gonna have Mimikyu. Those two Pokemon are busted. And they always go in and out of the meta, but they're always strong no matter what. They're the type of ones where like, all right, they're either the most powerful ones in the game, or they're not, and they're just obscured, and they're even a more powerful position, always coveted for game modes like these. Deep in the draft, deep in the All-Star draft. Here we go. 5 seconds left for final preparations. Let's see. Let us see. Everything's loading in. We're praying for no crashes. Oh, people still do use Zapdos. Zapdos was actually used earlier. That's why it's just not being used right now. All-Star Draft. You can't keep, neither team can keep using the same mons round after round. No more redundancy, no more fat to trim. All right, to the top. Our all-arounders and supports. Machop, Chikorita, Chikorita. Jungler's gonna be that thing, Leafeon. Oh, early power spike. We're gonna have to be careful. Bottom side. Rowlet, Delmise, it can work. Is lane the draft. Uh-oh. Bottom. Ooh, Darkrai, Hoopa. I would say the advantage is over on 5RB for this one. But all the secures are going to Darkrai. Good stuff. Jungler's Mimikyu went over at the top. We're going to have the, supporter all-arounder. Ultras and Mr. Mime. Oh, hey, Leafeon's here. You have to be cognizant of that. Leafeon doesn't need the entirety of the jungle. It just needs half of it. You could probably leave the other half for Rowlet. Getting an early gank, early KOs, making that Moltres start over. It's time for an inspection. Leafeon's going back into its jungle. Another rousing round. That is an interesting development. He's not willing to share this jungle. He's going to head to the bottom. Uh-oh. For a blast. All right. Let's check out bottom for an 850 gank for a change. Let's see what we got. Rowlet's going to start leashing the farm over to its side. Dhelmite's moving in. There is Leafeon going in. There is the Shedinja doll. You sneaky, sneaky, sneaky one. There's not much Darkrai can do about that one. He's just going to have to let that one rock. Over at the top, most of the opposition, most of our A's over at the top, winning over on that side. You're losing one side, but you're winning on another. That's what it's all about. Mimikyu taking massive damage. There is a wall, giving Mimikyu some space. Oh no, he caught him, he caught him, he caught him, he's gone. Goodbye. The Wrath of Terror has not ended yet. Oh no! It got taken down to the burn damage thanks to the levels. Thanks for the levels, and as much appreciated. It's always nice to have a helping hand. Moltres level 6. Taking down the jungler. We will have it. We will take those. Regidrago is now in effect. It's here. No one's quite going for it yet. They have some mons peeling for it to show some vision. The defenders and the supports. I said defender looking at Delmise. Back at the top. Well, nothing's happening over at top. It might be time to start hitting this Regidrago. Who's gonna get the secure? I believe should be orange team. Yep, it is Darkrai. Mimikyu shadow sneaking in. And Quank can't get the pick up just yet. Back on the bottom. Things are happening quite nicely. That is a KO over on top for Leafeon against the Moltres. Getting the clap. That is actually a double KO. Now I'm curious. Well, Leafeon got that score in just in time. Got a score in, getting ult charge. That would explain the double kill. Stacks on stacks on stacks. But they stay healthy. Do we break this top pad? No, we get some more farm. Now we score. Yep, he got it. No, he didn't get it in. Greed. The burn prevented him from scoring. Lament in your weakness. That is a Regieleki. Moltres, you should just leave. You're not winning this one, bud. You're not that guy. The game got the idea. Regieleki is going to be walking in over at the top. They're going to have to reconvene somewhere else. Speaking of which, I almost forgot. Purple team got a knockout on the Regieleki. We got to put that up on the graphic. Excellent. All right. Mr. Mime went to the top. Mimikyu went to the bottom here. That is a secure on Regice. And a KO on Mimikyu. Time to advance. Darkrai is like, hey, I can hit you, but you can't hit me. Isn't this fun? Isn't this fair? That's not fair. I'm going to make it fair. Watch this. A juicy snipe shot onto the Darkrai. Good guess. Educated guess. Taking down Delmise. Ultra's getting some farm at the center. All right, dark forward on Decidueye. No, wait, the berry's in the void. That's funny. Run, Desi, run! Run, Desi, run! Man, Shedinja doll, you bum. Take your lumps. Tired of this mon. I hate this. You see how broken this mon is? Punish window's microscopic. I'm sick of it. He's a speedster that's allowed to attack from the front line. He doesn't have attack from an off angle. Speaking of which, if you guys ever have trouble trying to aim at the right mons or farm, there is an aim wheel option in the settings. This aim wheel, there's also a button to choose between farm or people. There's between two different buttons. You gotta check your settings, man. Check your settings. That is my tip for the day. There's just a berry sitting there, a citrus berry. Hoopa just leaving it there for its friends. It's fighting for its friends. That is commendable. All right, Leafeon got some. It's see? You looked in the wrong direction, and that's what happened to you. Desi's like, guys, help, please. I can't stop it all. Help, please. That arrow missed, huh? Oh, Desi finally getting some backup, but Desi is overextended. It doesn't need to be in this spot. That's an arrow. Yep, take your lumps. I had it with your cheese. I've had it. Stop it. Get punished like everyone else. All right. Oh, Delmai's ulting in. Regirock going to the Leafeon here. This is punishment. Yep. Hoopa strong. Regieleki going towards Moltres here. Uh-oh. Yep. Not bad. Oh, Shadow Sneak on the... Oh, massive hook shot. Messi, get off my bird. Take me instead. This has been this is a tightly matched game. 2-1 to 282. The Sidgewai Shadow sneaking, trying to fight prey that is obfuscated its vision, trying to hide from it. That's a great way to bush check. Honestly. Another hook shot. Just put fear in them. Just employ some fear. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Dalmais standing there brazenly and proud. Desi finally here for the bush check. That's a shot. That's a hook shot. That's damage. Uh-oh. That's an eject on Hoopa. Backcapping. Oh, backcapper. Backcapper. No. Yep, he got him. Punch him in his face. Slap him. Slap him out of here. Mimikyu's like, hey, who's this? The champ's like, make my day, please. You know how hard he would have blasted him off the face of the earth? Who am I kidding? He would have fell through the Machamp ult. That would have been a travesty. All right. Delmai's on the back angle. Machamp, I believe, is aware of this. That's why he's hanging back, being a vanguard for his Decidueye, his long-range attacker. Leafeon's like, hey, I know someone's around. Uh-oh, they all saw him. Desi, get out of there. Hurry. Oh, no, Mimikyu sniping him. He's going to pay for that. Mr. Mime's going to be all over the Delmais, who's going to be hook-shocking in to the Mr. Mime, getting a KO. Hoopa's hitting this. Oh, that's an ult. He's going to live to fight another day. There's just Hoopa and there's just Darkrai. They can make it work. They can make it work. Dono, Delmais has been ulted. Domain expansion. Dark Nurse Void. All right. All right, Leafeon's like, all right, this is looking bad. I'm just going to back up towards the enemy side of the map. This is not looking good. He's about to get collapsed on. Meganium's like, I'll be right there, sweetie. Don't you worry about it. Run away. All right. It'll do as everyone know, and by everyone, I mean the 10 players playing right now, that 5RP is in the lead. Oh, that's a down Hoopa. Mimikyu's going to go for a back cap. I absolutely agree with this. Biding its time. Delmai's jumped in. He committed to an action. Uh-oh, Desi ulted. They saw the back cap. It's time for Rip City, boys and girls. About 25 seconds remains. 5RP's in prime position. Can we get a steal from Darkrai? Almost. Score. Advance, 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 advance. Go, 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 go. Hook shot, he missed, but he knew he was there. Scores, 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 scores. That's one. That's not enough. That's two. That's not enough. Dicey's gotta hurry. We need more. That's gonna be a score from Darkrai. I actually don't know who's gonna win this one. So Darkrai scored 100 points right there. That might be enough to extend the lead, but we got like 3 scores over from 5RB. We're gonna have to wait in anticipation. What do we got? Let's see what we got. Lope. 5RB hanging on by a thread. 529 to 430. We're going to a game 5. Yes. Best timeline. Best timeline. Best timeline. Another game. Super competitive. On a game 5er. Not bad. Looking at the details page, Tooth was absolutely the MVP. 11 KOs, 3 assists, 88 overall rating. They were holding it down. That is a lot of KOs for just one. My goodness. Goodness me. I did not expect all that. Battle data supports this. You got 2,000 damage dealt. Yep, the speedsters were kind of running the game over here on both sides. Say it as well. 5 kills, a little short, but he got a lot of pivotal kills and he played his life wonderfully. Okay, guys. Okay. I'm gonna level with you. We're in game 5. So that's like 40 mons just gone from each of the rounds. Scores 2 up. About half the roster is going to be banned out after like the last set of like individual bans coming into the next round of the draft. The final round of the draft. Supports running dry. Defenders running dry. Plenty of speedsters, attackers, and all-arounders. Just as the game intended. So let's see what's gonna happen next. 5RB never saying die. Scores 2 up. The competition is elevated in these recent matches over the past couple of AUL seasons. A lot more game 5s are happening. You love to see it. Everyone's leveling up. Everyone is getting better. You love to see it. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are too. As we're about to pull into this game 5, just waiting for the go-ahead from everybody. Both teams are contemplating. We're going to give them some time here. Going to give them some breathing room. Well, yeah, how you guys enjoying the set so far? This has been a wild set. Yeah, looking at Dash's comment. Yeah, Dash, like as I said, there is a setting you could choose where you could choose to either hit farm or enemy players. There is a setting for that. So, for example, like I would have meant B is for farm strictly and A is for opponents. That's one setting. Another thing you can do is use the aim wheel. I don't know exactly what it's called in the settings, but there is an aim wheel that pops up where you can choose your opponent to hit exclusively. So yeah, mess around with your settings and see what works for you. We have Vinny in the comments. Vinny256, what's up, dude? How you doing? Are you in customs right now? Or are you just chilling? We also have Arid. Going with a quick stop by. What's up, dude? We're in a grand old time here, man. We're having a grand old time. My. Let's see. Well, giving both teams a second. Give them a breather. I mean, why not? Groudon has been the chosen map. Royal Ascent has chosen. I think right now Groudon is an ideal objective to fight over. If you get it, it is one hell of a power boost. I mean, like it's insane. But it is a double-edged sword. If you lose a Groudon buff, now like all that power is going to be turned on you. So you have to be careful with that. Obviously, you don't want to give up any of the buffs, like such as like Kyogre. Rayquaza, you can't give away a buff, which is why I don't like it as much. Kyogre is a good buff, but the good part mainly comes in from the defenseless goals. That's what it is. And they don't stay defenseless forever. So if you steal a Kyogre buff, it's hard to really press your advantage with that. You just passively heal. All right. We're gonna have 5RB. They want second pick. Everyone is almost ready. They have chosen what they've wanted. Now I'm just waiting for the go ahead. But hey, you Twitch guys, take this. Take this. Be patient. For the rest of you guys, hey, we're hanging out. We get to keep talking. We get to keep talking unimpeded. This is wonderful news. We could be the spectators are always meant to be. This is good news, Mark. Both teams are ready. Finally, game 5. It's finally here. Game number 5. Oh, ignore those graphics. No one's knocked out anything yet. Ignore that. Well, the bands have been pretty much the same. And they're going to remain that way, except Comfy's been a new addition since the last game. Is what's been consistent, a universal constant. Fraligator. Yveltal. I don't want to see him now. Get him out of here. Articuno's not going to come out to play, so you're going to have to scrape the bottom of the barrel for a defender. You're going to have to pick someone else. All the good ones have been taken. They're gone. Now it's just the undesirables. And they picked Delmise. Maybe a defender's not really in the cards right now. No, don't even worry about it. You can pick Lapras. You can pick Ho-Oh. Pick him. Mew coming into this late of the game. Mew is actually a very good lane attacker, especially the game at the bottom. Any lane, actually. It's a monster. E-ball is not fair. All right. I forgot about Slowbro. There it is. A wonderful babysitter, to say the least. There is also Hyper Voice Sylveon or anything it chooses to use. There is Ho-Oh and Lapras. They're going with it. They are comfortable picking these guys. A defender's a defender. A defender is a defender. All right. Next, 2 picks over 4, 5RB. At this point of All-Star Draft, which is the wonderful part, which is the best part, in my opinion, you just pick mons that you know how to play and try to make the composition comprehensible and just have at it. Just go for it. Do your best at this point. Do your best. I will say, 5RB's team is still pretty efficient so far. Over on Royal Ascent, they got 2 defenders. And 5RB doesn't have a lot of punching power. Oh, wait, hold on. Is that a Phalanx? All right, so listen. For those of you who don't know, Phalanx is actually a good character. It just gets counterpicked really hard, but if its counterpicks are not there, he's a 1v1 demon in the right hands. You know, this is a 1v1 demon, that Palmon. I'm surprised Palmon's not more popular. That Mon's broken. You ask me. Well, a common theme between both teams, and neither really has a lot of punching power. Speaking of punching, that would more punching power over on 5RB, but they have to punch through some defenders first. This is going to be very scrappy. I'll tell you what, that Phalanx ult's going to go crazy if it lands a juicy one. No, not much burst damage from the right side. Outside of, like a Phalanx ult. Mew might have a field day, though. He gets the poke all at once. I don't think... Was Latios banned? Yeah, it was. About to say, Latios would kind of cook here. Some mages would cook here. There's some good choices left. Surprised none of them were picked. Mages like, your your Gardevoirs, your Alolan Ninetales, your Pikachus, those kind of mages. Your Chandelures. Of course, that wasn't picked. Anyway, it would have kind of cooked here. All right. Bottom lane's going to be Sylveon and Slowpoke. Not bad at all. They'll be going up against the tailwind of this legendary duo of Ho-Oh and Mew. That is actually going to be very tough to beat. Let's watch this first. I am curious. Yep, well, yeah, they got most of that. Curiosity satiated. Back at the top, Phalanx and Lapras. There we go. Phalanx biding its time like any all-arounder at the top, biding its time. Mewtwo Y is the jungler. I actually agree with it. It has the most powerful level 5 out of the bunch. Mewtwo Y is actually pretty good. Yep. Back him up. And detonated? Yep, that's a KO. Palma, you can't do much to Mewtwo Y right now. Gonna have to back up. That should be a Sylveon down there. Wait, no, not yet. Well, time for this top gank. It is gonna be a 3-on-3. Mewtwo probably popping in the barrier. No, not yet. Not quite yet. Let's check out bottom. There is the Hyper Voice. Uh-oh is out of there. Slowpoke is still a Slowpoke. Yeah, slow, you poke. There is the Flamethrower. Procking in the burn. I imagine he's also running Curse. Trying to get these secures. He almost had it, but it's going to be... The shields from the pad is going to save his life. All right. What's happening up here? Lapras trying to get to its 5. It will in time. Getting out secured a bit. Phalanx also biding its time. Mewtwo Y is like, all right, what's going on over here? I'm about to reach level 7. I reached level 7. I'd imagine this Mewtwo is teleport, and, well, this one's actually Future Sight, which is curious. I would think it would run Side Strike because of all the dive over on 5RB, but it wants the extra damage, and I can't say I blame it. So that extra damage popping in. Yep, double KO for Mewtwo Y. I will say, the Mewtwo's are actually very powerful late into All-Star Draft. Oh, teleport on out of there. Oh, yep, time to back up. Hitting him with a bunch of purple Skittles. That is a scary-sounding Solar Beam from Mew. Over at the bottom, we're going to have defenders try to out-secure one another. That's a Flamethrower versus a Surf. Back at the top. And we're going to start topping this Regice. 3 objectives up at once. Mew getting his E-Ball ready. Too slow. Too slow. That's going to go over to the Penguin. Oh, there's more objectives to fight for. For example, Regidrago and Regieleki. Mewtwo Y having eyes on, looks like Sylveon. Got to teleport away from the choke. Doesn't want to get boxed in any. Speaking of getting choked in, its Mega is over. Yep, Mew with the booster out, securing a KO on Empoleon. Solar Beam, almost. Jigglypuff is out of there. All right, well, honestly, not sure what anyone should be doing right now. Mewtwo is level 9. She is prepared. Uh-oh. You're getting, that is an ultimate. Whoa, double KO. Make that 3. That is half a wipe and a secure on Drago. Finally. I can do this. Yep, like we talked about. Phalanx ult, getting a lot of damage, but it's not enough. Focusing their efforts on the Palmont. That's a big KO. Double for the Palmont. It's not done yet. That's a lot of poke over. That's a surf, but it's a whiff. Boosted. That's not enough. Mew, hurry. Nope. It's gonna get away. And Reggie Lecky going over to purple team. These guys have been on the ball. 5RB not taking their foot off the gas pedal. 223 to 47. Holding a commanding lead here. Yep. Oh, level 9. Start for experience. Also has to hold on to its points. Rough. Really tough is zoning out this Mew. Mew, it's not worth it. Well, that's a KO. Time to defend this pad. Mewtwo ulting, but that's not going to be enough. It's going to get fizzled out by the Jigglypuff, the Wigglytuff ultimate. Everyone's focusing on the Palmont, who's just sustaining throughout everything. Oh, it's not ultimate. I'm about to say, might as well use it now. Should have used it a little bit earlier. Royalson has to get value somewhere. They have to KO. They have to get some KOs. They have to get levels. Another Solar Beam. Time them out on offense. Now they'll be pushing top head. There goes Ho-Oh. Time to back out. They lost one of their defenders. A big. Whoa! You coach right into danger? You crazy, man. You're crazy. Double KO for the Hyper Voice Sylveon, giving it levels instead. And now your jungle is theirs. A bit of a flub this late into the series. 3 minutes to remain. Reggie Lecky at the bottom. Well, there is quite literally nothing else to do right now. That is another Lecky for the Empoleon. Wigglytuff going back. Time for another defense to just deal with it right now so you can focus on getting more levels. Get some last bits of farm. All right. Well, IRB has a lot of positional advantage. They have both pads up. They get to control that half, that vertical left half of the screen right now very firmly, as they're doing right now, extending their vision greatly. Slowbro moving up to the L bush on the orange team side. Getting some good vision, has eyes on both defenders. Mew is advantage right now. He gets to keep poking with Solar Beam. Doesn't have Solar Beam Plus where it could start refunding some cooldowns. Just gonna have to just wait patiently and just poke these guys out. Another Solar Beam getting Calm Mind. Who is Slowbro gonna ult? That is a question. It might be Phalanx, honestly. I think that's the best choice. Empoleon showing up from the back. He's gonna have to back off. Mewtwo ulting a little too late to deal with the Empoleon. That would have been a huge pick. This team doesn't really rip, but it's gonna have to try to start something. Bait these guys in, make them run into you. Lapras is getting toasted. There it goes. Mew's gonna try to get a surf in. Double KO for the Slowbro. And ult from Ho-Oh. Triple KO for Slowbro. This mon's popping off. Oh, speaking of pop-off, there goes a quad for Slowbro. Slowbro becoming the final boss. He's like, you know what? It's time for a juicy backcap. And no one's going to stop me. And that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Yep, no one can really rip, and no one can really rip the objective. So we're just going to score. We're just going to back up. We're just going to extend our leave. 20 seconds remain. Ripping gets done in the cards. Scoring's not in the cards. That should be it. What a set. What a set. Good show to 5 RB. Staying resilient to the bitter end. Always having tools at their disposal no matter what. Not bad at all. 5 RB. Our champions of this set. Final score 3-2. Yep. 366 to 135. A bit of a low score game, but like, look what they have to work with. MVP is absolutely that slow, bro. He was cleaning up kills with ease, the greatest of ease. Final stat line: 169 points scored, 7 KOs, and 7 assists. Lucky number 7's 90 overall rating. Battle data, yep, he was taking hits all right. He was being a defender. Here with a lot of damage along with Toothless, 74,000 and 70k dealt respectively. But also good damage on Pirate King and Zaid. Both attackers both doing the thing, but like the thing with those type of attackers, you can't really get anything decisive done. It's just it just adds to the effort of taking opponents down. It's not like, like it's not the one that just whacks people in high bursts. It's steady damage. Good steady damage. As you've seen right here. Well, let's see if we could get an interview with 5RB. No, it's a bit late, but let's see what we can do. Sit tight. Let me set that up. Sit tight. Sit tight. Let's see if we can interview these guys. I'm curious. Man, what a set. It went like the distance. So to answer your question, Dash, since now I'm able to get to it. So this is All-Star Draft. So you pick a mon for one of the games, but like that mon cannot be picked by either team. It's just banned for the rest of the set. That is how it works. As for the bans that happen initially at like each game, it's just banned for that particular round. They could come back. Now, in another league, such as Lotus League, the bans add into the regular bans. So if a mon is banned between each round, it's going to be banned forever. So yeah, that is what they call fear mode over there. Look forward to that very soon. Oh man, I think I recognize you, King. Hey, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by. You reached the tail end of this set. It was an epic contest. I went over this interview, VC. Give me a moment here. All right, I am here. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, GX.
Hello.
Congratulations on a hard-fought set. Royal Ascent was not pulling any punches. Neither were you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we were really working hard and trying our best in those ones.
All right. Well, I got some questions for you. Let me try to recollect my memory banks. So let's talk about these bans you guys are having. What was the game plan there? I see some consistent bans throughout like most of the games. It was Voltal and Fraligator. So what's the idea behind that? Let's disclose some information here.
I think they're just honestly really broken characters that we don't want to deal with. And I think that there's other characters we also like prioritizing a little bit better. So we just kind of wanted to get those off the board.
Yep, fair enough. With like both their nerves, they're still damn powerful. So like I totally understand. Just get them out of here.
And honestly, like really big shout outs to Slugger, because that guy runs our bans and our drafts, and he says this is what we're banning, and I say all right, sounds good. And I trust him, and we go with it, and he does a really great job with it.
It's always great that you just have the one guy dedicated to thinking, man. So like, you just worry about doing your thing. It's important. Mm-hmm. Sounds like he's your IGL. So good. Very good. All right. So set was 3-2. One game after another. How are you feeling in between the games? Did you anticipate it was going to go the distance, or like you guys were just focusing on what you can do in between each moment. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I think Royal Ascendant definitely played really well, and I think we had to kind of talk about adjustments that we had to make to their play style and kind of figure out kind of what they were doing in games that they were getting ahead of us, and figure out how we could sort of counteract that and win the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, agreed. So, all right, this is All Star Draft, as you know, and like it gets really juicy at Game 5, where like the mom pool starts to stretch thin. So, out of curiosity, if this game went to a hypothetical Game 6,
Oh my
how
goodness.
much trouble would some players would be in? How much trouble? How much trouble? How much trouble we guys
I
be in?
I think the one in the most trouble would be my defender.
Oh,
I'll be for real. We know it's thin if the Mr. Mime is coming out.
well, Mr. Man was actually already picked, so he wouldn't even have access to that.
Oh, we'd be doomed then.
Oh, yeah, that's always the
No.
looming thread. Like, yeah, All Star Draft, the defenders and supports, like they really have to like lock in. Like, if they're like playing those roles, like it is in my opinion, it's in their best interest to like pretty much learn all the mons like in that like part of the roster, because it'll just be invaluable. And like there's still like plenty of strong supporter picks for example, in my opinion. There's still like Sableye. Sableye to me is insane. I know Sonic gets banned a lot, so like that's a give or take, but like there's still plenty of strong ones. I noticed that one thing that was happening was a lot of supports got banned and Hoopa slipped through the cracks. Was that one of the? I don't think you guys were able to pick Hoopa. It was the other team that was actually able to pick Hoopa. Was Hoopa one of the mons you're trying to like secure for you guys for yourselves?
No, I think we were just banning it out just because we knew a lot of the stronger lane supports were getting banned or taken. And so I think we just kind of didn't want to deal with it and kind of keep our options open later.
I see. Well, aren't you guys level-headed? All right. Oh, all right. I wasn't familiar with your game. Well, I am familiar with the game. I've cast you guys a bunch of times at this point.
We appreciate it, GX2. Like seriously, every time you cast us and we see that you're gonna cast it, we get excited.
And that makes it sound like you guys actually rewatch the VODs and like have a good old time. You honor me. Thank you.
Perhaps, maybe.
Yeah. Let me in there for that VOD review. I'm there. I'll backseat my own like games. It'd be great. Well, congratulations once again to 5 Rillabooms. Yes, I know you guys' full government name. Don't worry about it. 5 Rillabooms. Wow. Winners of the set. 2 claps for these guys. Very good. Well, as you know, these will be uploaded to the respective channels in a timely fashion under Jigs2_Unite, and it will be published first on Twitch, so it's going to be there right away, and there will be a condensed version on the other platforms, such as YouTube, for example. Look forward to that, and yeah. Well, that concludes our business here. Say goodbye, chat, to these wonderful players. And you say goodbye to chat, too. These guys have been holding it down, coming down almost every day for week 1. I casted like 5 games week 1 and I played in 1. Now it's week 2. So other leagues are going to be popping up. I'll try to cast here and there. I'm going to be pulled in a lot of different directions, but I'll hopefully be able to cast more of you guys' games in the future. So look forward to that.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, GX2. Thanks,
right.
chat, for being there.
Thanks, chat.
Thank you, guys.
Good night, everybody. So long.
Good night.
Bye.